Today on Ian vs. Daddybones, we're calling it a January and building us a Lego Iron Man. Welcome back! It's another exciting episode of Ian vs. Daddybones. I am Ian Daddybones. I'd like to welcome everybody to the show. Say what's up to everybody watching on Facebook and the YouTube channel right now. Give a special high five and a knuck dap, fuck that, double knuck dap to all the Patreon subscribers throwing me $3 a month to support the brand, getting access to bonus content, the Original Geeks podcast, and they get their name in the credits. What's up, everybody? Speaking of the Patreon, I added a brand new tier level. For only $10 a month, you can advertise with the Original Geeks podcast and Ian vs. Daddybones. For those of you paying attention to the recent episodes of the show, when I've been taking my normal edit breaks, I now been throwing an ad bumper in between those segments for like Big Drew Graphics, the store, right? And Excite Wrestling's upcoming shows. And I've been running down the cards and playing those between my usual awkward non-transition edit breaks. So I started doing that. So I'm thinking for other creators, I don't care if you own a pro wrestling company, if you're an independent comic book artist, if you're an independent filmmaker, if you're a rapper and you're in a band, you got a CD coming out, you know what I mean? I have no problem letting my audience know all about you and what you do. All you got to do is support the brand and to guarantee your ad spot gets played on every episode of Ian vs. Daddybones and the Original Geeks podcast. It's only $10 a month. So if you're not subscribed to the Patreon, I don't know what the fuck you're waiting for. I'm throwing out 7-day free trials, AJ Styles, so go and check that shit out. There is no fucking excuse to not check out the Patreon if you're that on the fence about throwing me $3 a month. You know what I'm saying? But you get access to the bonus content. If you just want to throw me $1 and subscribe for 30 days and not get shit, then feel free to subscribe for $1 and, just give me the tip and stick it in the cup. But today on the show, like I said, we're going to wrap up January, and I'm going to be getting to this Lego Iron Man in a moment. But as you can see, I got plenty of stuff here on the table. And what a wonderful way to wrap up January, because with it being a brand new year, stores like Walmart and Target, not to mention other like online stores, Amazon even, it's reset time. Like all the stuff that was like on sale and they were trying to get rid of during the holiday season is fucking gone. All these empty space on the toy racks, and now it's time for the stores to reset their aisles with all the new merch coming up and even second rounds of last year's merch that they're trying to get rid of. But new shit galore is out in the fucking stores, and holy crap, I was in for a treat today. I walked into Target because yesterday I decided to walk into Target, and I haven't been having a couple greatest of days this week, so I kind of needed I needed some toy therapy, you know what I mean? It was really stressed and I just really needed to fucking fire one off. And I just went to Target and I was walking around, and mind you, I had my kids were out in the car, because I'm an irresponsible parent. I'll go into the store and I'll leave my kids in the car with the heat all fucking crank and the windows locked and shit. But I'm in fucking Target, and I'm walking around. And I had to get some stuff like Natalia wanted chicken noodle soup and fucking whatever the hell, and Sadie needed something for lunch, so I picked her up some like 3 for $5 Lunchables that they had at Target, because I'm like, hey, she could have one, I could have one, and if Natalia wants a Lunchable, she could have one too. I mean, what's not to like about a Lunchable? It's cheese, crackers, fucking ham, and 2 cookies. But I mean, at least that's the one I get. That's why it's 3 for $1. You don't need the fucking drink. I don't fuck with that ocean spray shit. Just give me a bottle and a fucking drink mix. But I was walking around Target and just happened to be looking, and I was looking at the Masters of the Universe and the Turtle stuff and the WWE stuff like normal, and the selection was lame. So I happened to turn around and look over at the Marvel stuff real quick, and I noticed that they had a whole new assortment of what Marvel is calling Infinity Saga. It's like a special Infinity Saga series of waves of Marvel Legends. So they have like special cream of the crop figures that are included in this. You know what I mean? Like there's a Black Panther in the wave, like Captain America, fucking, I want to say Winter Soldier, Captain America is in that, or maybe it's Age of Ultron Cap. But I happened to pick up, I got lucky because I never see these in a while. So this didn't get a Facebook reel or its own episode. But I got lucky because I finally found a brand new decent Iron Man. So I got the Iron Man Mark 46 from Captain America Civil War. And he comes with the blast effects that pop on his feet to make it look like he's fucking flying. It looks dope as shit. And they also pop into his hand and stuff to make it look like he's firing repulsor blasts. He looks really fucking dope. Totally glad I got this Iron Man, because I'm like, holy shit, you never see these in the wild. And anybody that I happen to send a picture to on the social media reels and messages have been like, holy crap, you got lucky with that. So definitely glad I got that Iron Man. But yeah, I gotta say, yeah, he's super freaking articulated and posable, and he came with the alternate head. He's got the Robert Downey Jr. face sculpt, which looks absolutely great. So I'm actually hoping at one point, I find another Iron Man Mark 46 figure, because I have no problems buying a double of this Iron Man figure, because I could take the two like blast effects that come with this figure, or that come with the other figure, and have them on his hand. So if I put him on a stand, not only does it look like he's up in the air, you know, boosting, but he's also firing shots from his hands. It looks pretty badass. My only complaint that's not really a complaint, and I get it, it's Iron Man, but it just seems kind of weird how the waist doesn't swivel, because even Iron Man's been like able to turn. You know what I mean? And this Iron Man's not able to turn at the waist, which I feel is kind of weird as far as it not being articulated. The non-articulated waist just seems something that's like, you know, a basic figure feature, because it doesn't need to be a feature because it doesn't exist, because it doesn't fucking move. But nonetheless, it's a dope-ass Iron Man figure. I'm really glad I picked him up. I don't know what other figures in that line of the Infinity Saga Marvel Legends I plan on getting, but, you know, I usually, like, I told my wife, like, when it comes to me buying figures, other than the Masters of the Universe and whatnot, like, even when it comes to the WWE, like, I'm grabbing my favorites and the superstars, you know what I mean? I'm not grabbing like jobbers, you know what I mean? No offense to the Street Profits, but it's not like I'm rushing out to the store making sure I get the Street Profits, you know what I mean? If Jinder Mahal gets a brand new Elite figure because everybody was talking about him last week on Monday Night Raw and social media because Tony Khan can't shut the fuck up, like, I'm not gonna be rushing out grabbing a Jinder Mahal figure just because he's wearing the outfit that he was wearing when he got his title match against Seth Rollins on Monday Night Raw. Like, those aren't what I'm going for. I'm only, like Randy Savage, I'm only going for the cream of the crop when it comes to figures and shit. So I'm not going out and grabbing like every Marvel legend. Like, if they put out like a Quicksilver, probably not getting it. Even though I want to complete an Avengers squad, I'm probably saving Hawkeye for last. You know what I mean? Because everybody's going to save Hawkeye for last. But as you can see, I got plenty of shit here on the table. I got super lucky. I'm rambling, but like I said, I went to Target. I grabbed the Iron Man Marvel Legends figure. And while I was there looking at the figures, I noticed that the new Godzilla X Kong line of Playmates toys hit stores. And on the next episode of the Original Geeks podcast, actually, I got one more episode that I'm going to do for January to wrap it up. So, the first episode of February's Original Geeks podcast, I'm going to be talking about Godzilla, because one thing I can say is one of my New Year's resolutions that I'm actually sticking with, and is I decided I want to dive down a fandom that a lot of people really seem to enjoy that I never gave a rat's ass about. And I'm going to be honest with you, over the course of my life, he's always been there. I've always been familiar with who he is, including his villains, even if I've never seen the movies. I'm very well aware, but I just never been into Godzilla. And especially in like the past 10 years of my life, especially now that we're in 2024, and I know that people were getting excited about like the 2012, 2014 Godzilla movies. I think of those movies, and it's like I think of like Rob Dimension and Johnny Moose and Joe Gacy, because those guys fucking love Godzilla. And now in recent memories, Cade Lothbrok, he's the Asgardian kaiju. You should definitely go follow him on social media. He's a big fan of Godzilla, and I actually told Cade at the end of last year, going into this year, that I'm gonna be honest with you, I've never really been much of a Godzilla fan, but I'm actually gonna take the time and try to understand everything that I can about Godzilla, and I'm going to be talking about that on the next episode of the OGPC. So, while I was at Target, I saw that the new Godzilla toys hit, and I happened to tell him. I sent Kate a message, and I said, "Hey, I happened to see a bunch of those Godzilla figures at Target. All they had was a bunch of Kongs. They didn't have any Godzillas." But I would have grabbed a Godzilla because they were only like $10, $11 a figure. So I totally would have grabbed a Godzilla if they had him. But he wound up telling me that he's looking for a figure that I bought it. I'm gonna spoil it and just say I bought the figure. But he told me that there was this 2-pack he was looking for, and I'm trying to remember the name. But it's like Titanus Doug and like Suko or something like that was the name of the character. All I know is it looked like a little fucking dog version of Godzilla, and like, the ugly Kong version of what ugly baby Godzilla looked like. You know what I mean? Like, I see the similarities. But anyway, and he comes with like a rock or something. So it's like a 2-pack of the figures and the accessories. And he told me that he was looking for that figure, and I'm like, you know what? I actually remember seeing that while I was at Target, because I definitely remember the little Godzilla dog-looking thing that came with like the little ape boy. And I'm like, I definitely remember seeing that. So I could say I went back to Target this morning, and not only did I grab that for Cade, but I was able to do the handoff to Frank Sassano from Excite Wrestling. Frank Sassano's an amazing pro wrestling referee. You should definitely check out Frank Sassano's work as a referee. Go look at Excite Wrestling's YouTube channel, and Frank Sassano's in a bunch of those matches doing his thing. And I gave that to Frank because Frank's going to be able to see Cade before I do next. So the next time Cade walks into an Excite Wrestling locker room, he'll know that his Godzilla toy is going to be waiting there for him. And I can honestly say, helping out the homies and doing shit like that was a lot of fun. So while I was there, trying to be a nice person and do a good thing, I happened to turn around. And when I turned around, I happened to come face to face with what just got brought to my attention. And this was the brand new Ghostbusters figures that just hit the shelves. They got the new Ghostbusters movie, Frozen Empire, I believe it's called. For some reason, I thought it was called Frozen Kingdom, but I guess it's Frozen Empire. But they got the new toys that just hit the shelves now. Mind you, they say Ghostbusters on them, but it doesn't say Frozen Empire, and it doesn't have the title of the new movie. It just has the logo of the brand for Ghostbusters. But as you can see, it's clearly aimed at the new Ghostbusters movie, because I was lucky enough while I was there. I noticed that they had the figures, and the figures are only $10 each, so they're very budget friendly. If you want to get something dope for your kids to play with, or if you want to get something new to add to your collection, it's really not going to break the wallet. But while I was there, and it's kind of funny because I can officially say I dumped more money already into this movie sequel than I ever did the last Ghostbusters movie, because I still haven't seen the last Ghostbusters movie, even though I absolutely love Ghostbusters. It's been one of my favorite movies ever since I was a kid. Like Ghostbusters, Ghostbusters 2, I've always been a fan of it. And even though I did watch the real Ghostbusters cartoon, and I did have the real Ghostbusters figures back in the day when I was like 8 years old, I didn't enjoy the cartoon as much as everybody else did. I was more of a fan of the movies. At the time, I was more of a fan of Ghostbusters than I was the real Ghostbusters cartoon, even though the cartoon came out before Ghostbusters 2 came out. You know what I mean? But nonetheless, I was more of a fan of the movies than I was the real Ghostbusters cartoon, even though the Ghostbusters toys were only based on the cartoon, because they weren't based on the movie. But it is what it is. But I'm looking forward to finally seeing the last Ghostbusters movie, because you got Ghostbusters 1, Ghostbusters 2, you got Lady Ghostbusters, which, that's all we're going to talk about. And then you had the last Ghostbusters movie, which at this point it's safe to say that we could just spoil the shit, because Egon's dead, and you find out that his daughter and her kids move into the house, and they find all of Spangler's stuff, and I still have to see the movie, but at some point they meet Ant-Man, and he helps save the day. So I can't wait to get Ant-Man's book and read that chapter about how he became a Ghostbuster. But all jokes aside, everybody and all the various action figure groups that I seem to be on right now seem to be looking forward to these. And honestly, what made me jump on them was simply the fact that the figures were only $10 each. Like, I really couldn't pass that up. And the fact that they all come with it looks like, they all come with a ghost villain accessory, but based on the side of the box, it's called Ecto Stretch Tech. So it's like a super stretchy, not slimy, but not slime coating bodysuit. Basically it's like a ghost-shaped jack-off sleeve for your action figure, or something else that might be shaped like an action figure with its arms at its side. I don't know. But they only had Phoebe and Trevor Spangler figures available. She comes with the blue ghost. He comes with the green ghost. And they have, like I said, I didn't see the other movie, so I didn't really know what the name of the mom or Ant-Man's character was. But apparently he's Gary and she's Callie. So they have Gary and Callie figures also available. And like Trevor comes with Slimer, so his slime in the corner of his box is green. Phoebe comes with a blue skeleton ghost, and she's got blue slime in the corner. So I'm not sure exactly whose color's who, but I know with Gary and Callie, one of them comes with a yellow ghost, and one of them comes with a pink ghost. So they only had the kids on the pegs at Target, and I even took the time to ask the lady working there, hey, do you happen to know if you have the other 2 Ghostbusters in the back? And they didn't, so I'm gonna have to keep my eyes open. And I even had my wife hit up the other Target next to her job, and she texted me back that they have the spots on the pegs ready for the figures, so they're either completely sold out or they haven't gotten them yet, and they're just waiting for them to show up. But while I was there grabbing the 2 figures, I also saw that they had the Ecto-1, and I mean, you can't have Ghostbusters figures without getting the Ecto-1. It's like having Ninja Turtles without a fucking party wagon, so, you know, and here I am, deja vu again, getting another squad of 4 and another fucking vehicle to open up. So I did get the Ecto-1, and it looks pretty fucking dope, and like I said, we're going to talk about these on when the time is right, when I get the other 2 Ghostbusters, and we're going to be talking about that. But I got Masters of the Universe, or Masterverse figures coming up in February. We got Clamp Champ, got Classic Merman off in the front, got Grizzlor last week in the mail. Really excited. OGPC Patreon subscribers got to see this on the last episode of the Original Geeks podcast, but I got my WWE Legends Hall of Fame Iron Sheik figure in the mail, and he looks absolutely sick, ridiculous. I love it. And yeah, so today on the show, now that I can officially start the show, I'm going to go back and visit something that I originally was trying to do last year. Because I said we were going to put together this Lego Iron Man, and basically what it is, it's basically a mech suit that is giving me Lego Bionicle vibes, but it comes with an Iron Man minifig that sits inside it. So it's a mech suit for Iron Man that looks like Iron Man, but also on the table, I happen to have one already assembled, put together, and it's the Lego Wolverine walk-around mech suit. Now, I originally filmed and assembled this Wolverine figure about last year at this time. And the reason it never came, the reason that this episode never hit YouTube is because this was one of the episodes I was working on when my computer first started giving me shit last year around this time, before I cashed out my first 3 months worth of Patreon earnings that allowed me to level up my ring light, my floor lamps, and the external hard drive when I thought it was just a storage issue. So basically, I didn't have enough room to edit that video at the time. So when I got that external hard drive, I basically moved that data to a folder to go back and visit. And to be honest with you, it's been sitting there ever since. I haven't really had a chance to go back and visit. And the reason I haven't went back and visited it is because, honestly, I've leveled up the show since I first filmed this a year ago. So as far as like the way the show looks right now, like the lighting was shit. And I mean, granted, my lighting's probably not perfect now. I mean, don't get me wrong, if you got lighting tips, feel free to leave them in the comments on the YouTube channel. But I feel it would be best to just move on and do the Iron Man figure in the here and the now, because I kind of feel that I kind of feel that old footage is outdated and crap. Even though I might go and revisit it, and who knows, I might throw it up on the Patreon. But the Wolverine's already built, and I can get started on the Iron Man. But I will say I picked these up last year at Dollar General. They were only $10 at Dollar General by my job, and sometimes it's when I'm hungry and want something to eat, it's easier for me to just go to Dollar General to get lunch than it is to like go to Sonic or drive down to a gas station. So I happened to be at Dollar General, and I saw that over by their Lego stuff, they happen to have these little Marvel Mech suit kits for $10. And at that point in time, they only had they only had Wolverine, and they only had Iron Man. And I thought they were pretty dope and cheap. Like I've seen more expensive, smaller Lego kits for like $12 at Target and Walmart. So I couldn't really beat getting these for only $10, especially considering right around the time that I bought these at Dollar General last year, I actually saw the Hulk and the Thanos one at Target, and they were like $5 more. So they wanted like $30 for the two of them instead of spending $20 and grabbing both of these. So, you know, now that I got Iron Man and I got Wolverine, who knows if as time goes on, if I happen to see these out and about, I may pick up other ones, especially if they got them on sale or clearance or whatnot. You know, it's not gonna hurt anything. But I kind of want to, like I said, I'm very interested in adding like Legos and building brick style stuff to the show, because it's kind of weird, like, you know, with the brand name and whatnot, Lego's Lego, just like Coke is Coke and Pepsi's Pepsi, even though there's people that'll be like, bro, it's fucking soda. But then again, you got the people that will stand up and be like, it's pop, actually. So, you call it whatever you want, but all I know is right now, I'm kicking it with my foot while lightly tapping it. I'm lightly tapping it with my foot, but I got my Mega Castle Grayskull that I plan on making a huge epic adventure at some point in the course of Ian versus Daddybones. But before I even think about touching that and its 3,000 plus parts, I need to start small and work my way to that level. So, one thing I was not able to do this month that I wanted to do, and honestly it was supposed to kick off the month, but then I got a shipment of toys showing up, and then with everything that showed up, wound up, you know, rearranging my episodes and my scheduling and whatnot. So basically I fucking procrastinated. But at some point I'm going to start doing that Eternia Mega Block Tower, but that itself is like over 600 pieces. So this is 130 pieces, so it's not the end of the world. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started on opening up this Iron Man, and you guys can enjoy it in a time lapse. So I'll see you when I'm done. Alright, and there we go. Got this dope ass Iron Man in this mech. Now, the one thing I realized is he actually has a Lego stud launcher in his hand. I actually accidentally launched this during the time lapse, and I'm like, holy crap. So not only am I gonna be looking for a Lego stud when I'm done with this, but now I'm gonna be finding another one, but luckily that one just landed right over there on my stand that I have my camera on. So yeah, it's pretty badass. Like, I mean, these guys look pretty fucking sick in their little mech suits. Got a little fucking Iron Man, got a Wolverine, and you know, these are pretty neat. These are these were fun to put together. You know what I mean? Like this one was a little pain in the ass because I did it a year ago, and between like recording myself, building this, and then hosting the actual show, just got a shit ton of footage, and you know, with my computer crapping out and giving me issues at this time last year, you know, it was a real pain in the neck. But luckily with the new machines, I haven't had any issues whatsoever with the new laptops, so I'm very thankful and happy and proud of that. But yeah, if you like Legos and these are your thing, you should definitely go check out these little kits. Like I said, I got them at Dollar General for like $10 each, but they got them at Target. I'm pretty sure they got them at Walmart. You know, if you got Ollie's in your area, you may want to hit them up and see what they got. But if you're out and about, anybody watching the show, and you happen to see anything other than Wolverine and Iron Man that I don't have, feel free to let me know. Get at me. I will buy that shit off you, or if you just want to mail that shit to me, I will put it together on the show. But I'm going to go ahead and get out of here because I had an extremely long day, and I probably should have filmed this about 3 hours ago, but I had my children with me, and it is my responsibility to watch my children, so I am making sure that I am overwhelming nobody when it comes to that. So I had to do my job and be dad, but now I have a break in my day to focus on Ian versus Daddybones. So again, thank you guys very much for your support. Hit up the Patreon. It's only $3. If that's too much to ask, simply go to the YouTube, subscribe for free, and share my shit. I will see you next time. Cheers, Pete!
Where will I be when I run out of luck? Get hit by a truck or get stuck on the railroad tracks. When shit goes amok and life starts to suck, you're stuck cause you never go. Where will I be when I run out of luck? Get hit by a truck or get stuck on the railroad tracks. When shit goes amok and life starts to suck, you're stuck cause you never go back.
You can't hide and you can't pretend, cause I'll punch you out like Wendy and Glenn. Some things you learn in the school you attend, but the things that I say you can't comprehend.
I ain't no hippie and I ain't no punk. I don't smoke crack and I don't do junk. I'll just sit down and smoke a fat bong, pull out my guitar and sing a fast song. There's your motherfucking American Idol, putting $2 a gallon down the gas hole. 10 million votes for the next asshole. I'll just put on my engineer's hat, sit back and relax while we speed down the tracks. I'll read the book just to spit out the facts.
Where will I be when I run out of luck? Get hit by a truck or get stuck on the railroad tracks. When shit goes amok and life starts to suck, you're stuck cause you never go back. Where will I be when I run out of luck? Get hit by a truck or get stuck on the railroad tracks. When shit goes amok and life starts to suck, you're stuck cause you never go back.
Where will I be when I run out of luck? Get hit by a truck or get stuck on the railroad tracks. When shit goes amok and life starts to suck, get stuck cause you never go. Where will I be when I run out of luck? Get hit by a truck or get stuck on the railroad tracks. When shit goes amok and life starts to suck, you're stuck cause you never go back.
Up your driveway all calm and collective, tripping balls like an underground detective. Needs new shit, but my funds are running low. I spend it on weed, shrooms, beer, and blow. Living life like a cartoon, just flipping the page as I'm staring down the barrel of a 12 gauge. Shotty to the body and it's got me open, shaking so bad, think my legs are broken. I'm choking on the smoke and coughing up the shot, waking up from a dream. These drugs are high. Chasing strychnine with kind and beer with whiskey. Sing a lullaby and I'm sorry you missed me.
You can't hide and you